The Zephyrian ambassador's 3 hearts stopped beating when the human delegation entered the council chamber. Across the galaxy, warships powered down their weapons and entire fleets changed course. Today, humanity would settle an ancient debt, and every civilized species knew what that meant. Captain Sarah Chen stood before the Galactic Council, her weathered hands clasped behind her back. The vast chamber fell silent as representatives from 1,000 worlds watched her with a mixture of respect and terror. She remembered the day 50 years ago when the Zephyrians had saved Earth from the Void Plague, asking nothing in return except friendship. A debt unpaid is a promise broken, her grandfather used to say, and today that promise would be kept. The Zephyrians now faced extinction from the Krell Empire, and humanity had come to collect on their own generosity. When the Zephyrians saved our world, they told us friendship was payment enough, Sarah began, her voice carrying across the chamber. Today, we prove that human friendship has teeth. The Krell ambassador, a towering insectoid creature, clicked his mandibles dismissively. Humans are soft, he hissed. Your tiny fleet cannot stand against the might of 10,000 Krell warships. Sarah smiled coldly. You're right. We can't. She paused, letting the words sink in. That's why we brought friends. The chamber's viewing screens flickered to life, showing space around the station. Emerging from hyperspace came not just human vessels, but ships from every corner of the galaxy. The Andromedan Collective, who remembered humanity's aid during the Crystal Wars. The Silicon Brotherhood, grateful for human mediation in their civil conflict. The ethereal nomads, whose children humanity had rescued from pirates. Every favor granted, every hand extended, every act of kindness, Sarah continued, humanity remembers them all. The Krell ambassador's compound eyes widened as the count reached 50,000 ships. This is impossible, he stammered. No species commands such loyalty. Sarah's expression hardened. Because you've never learned the first rule of human nature, we never forget our friends, and we never abandon family. The Zephyrian ambassador wept tears of liquid starlight. The debt was already paid in friendship, he whispered. This is the interest, Sarah replied. Compound interest, accumulated over 50 years of watching you struggle. The Krell fleet, outnumbered 5-1, retreated without firing a shot. Emperor Zix transmitted his surrender within the hour, agreeing to leave Zephyrian space forever. As the Allied armada dispersed, each captain offered the same message: when humanity calls, we answer. The galaxy had witnessed something unprecedented, not conquest through force, but victory through bonds forged in kindness and tempered in trust. Back on Zephyr Prime, as the celebration began, Ambassador Veltar approached Sarah with trembling hands. How do we repay this? He asked. Sarah placed a gentle hand on his shoulder. The same way you repaid us 50 years ago, with friendship. She gazed out at the stars, where thousands of ships from hundreds of worlds were already heading home. The strongest currency in the universe isn't gold or energy or even time. It's the promise that when darkness comes, you won't face it alone. The galaxy had learned a new truth that day: humans didn't just repay debts, they transformed them into something far more powerful. They built bridges where others saw barriers, and when those bridges were threatened, the entire galaxy would rise to defend them. Fear the species that fights for others, became the new saying among starfaring civilizations, for they have already won before the battle begins.